Hey guys, welcome to day 8 of our quarantine yoga series. I am recording this on Sunday afternoon and we've had a really beautiful sunny weekend here in Milwaukee. So I've been spending more time outside than I have on the mat, and I hope all of you have gotten a chance to as well. Today we're going to be focusing on opening up through the shoulders, much like the practice that we did in camel pose where we were opening up through the chest and through the low back. This can be a really great practice for those of us that sit at desks all day. So we're going to get started with the strap that you have used a couple of times. So whether that's a yoga strap or a belt, a necktie, something else that resembles a strap, go ahead and grab that. And we are going to start in a seated position on our mat. So however you're able to wrap the strap around your right wrist, we'll go ahead and do that and then pull it tightly around the wrist. Go ahead and gather the rest of the strap into the right hand, and on an inhale we'll reach that hand forward towards the front of the room, palm face up, and then up towards the ceiling and lowering that hand to the right shoulder blade. You can go ahead and drop the strap behind you. And then on an inhale, left hand comes forward, palm rotates down towards the earth, and then wrapping that left hand around to the small of the back. The left hand should be reaching for the right hand, and then using that strap behind you to close the gap. The most important thing here is that we want that left shoulder to be rolled down and back, so that that shoulder blade is tucked into the back. So that might mean that you have to create a little bit more space between the hands. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Using a little bit of core strength here to keep a long neutral spine. Taking another inhale and exhale. One more deep breath in, and exhale, release. Go ahead and release the arms, taking the strap off of the right hand and wrapping it around the left. And then go ahead and once again gather the rest of that strap into the left hand. On an inhale, left hand reaches out in front, palm face up, and then up towards the ceiling, and eventually down towards the shoulder blade. Elbow reaches for the ceiling, and then on an inhale, right hand comes forward, palm face down towards the earth, and then right hand wraps around the small of the back, once again reaching either for the left hand or the strap. Here again, rolling that right shoulder down, back, and away from the ear, and feeling that shoulder blade tuck in to the back. Finding a little bit of core strength and taking a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in. And on an exhale, go ahead and release. You can remove the strap from your wrist and set it off to the side. We won't be needing it for the rest of practice. And then go ahead and bring hands to the tops of the thighs above the knee and just do a couple of rolls with the neck. So nothing too regimented here, just whatever feels good to you. Maybe on an inhale, bringing the ear to the left side. Exhale down towards the chest. And then inhale, right ear towards the right side. Maybe bringing the chin up and gazing over the shoulder. And in the opposite direction. Finding whatever feels good to you. And then in our practice today, it's going to be all about offering modifications for our body. So up until this point, a lot of the classes that I've been teaching have been sort of what you would find in a level 1-2 vinyasa flow. And today we're going to get into a posture or two that are a little bit more bordering on a level 2-3 class, but I'll be sure to offer many modifications and variations so that it's still accessible in your body. So when you're ready and it feels like the neck is nice and loose, we'll go ahead and come around onto all fours into our neutral tabletop position. Here finding knees underneath hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, and then finding our cat-cow movement here. So on an inhale, hips lift, belly drops, chest comes forward. And on the exhale, tucking the hips, back rounds, gaze comes down between the legs. Inhale, coming forward into cow. And exhale, rounding through the back, pushing the mat away from you, coming into cat. Inhale brings us forward into cow. And exhale, cat. Maybe feeling the tops of the feet pressing into the mat behind you. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We're going to come right into our first downward dog. So hands come a few inches forward of the shoulders, toes tuck, hips lift up and back. Here, starting to warm up the hamstrings by bending through the knees, pedaling out the feet, pushing into the mat with all four corners of your hands, fingertips spread wide. And just starting to work into all of those tight spots in our bodies. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Finding stillness, taking one more deep breath in. And exhale, release. On your next inhale, left foot finds the middle of the mat and right leg lifts for three-legged dog. Here, lifting that leg up high to the ceiling, hip opens to the side of the room. And then on an exhale, hips square, knee bends, bringing knee into chest, coming forward into plank, before slowly lowering that knee down to the earth. Foot will come out at 45 degrees in a kickstand. Outside of the back foot plants on the mat. Right hand can come underneath the shoulder, and then left arm lifts up towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. On an inhale, using core strength to lift up. Arms are wide at a T. And then left hand finds the top of the shin. Right arm reaches first up towards the ceiling. And then giving yourself a little bit of a side bend here in our gate pose. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, windmilling that right hand down, planting it back on the mat. Left leg lifts up parallel to the earth, and right arm reaches over the head, creating a long line from the tips of your fingers all the way down to your foot. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale, bending knee and elbow into a crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Lowering that left foot down to the back of the mat. left hand returns to the earth, and then lifting up, knee comes back into chest, and then shifting back into three-legged dog. Right foot can lower down to the earth, bringing it a little bit more towards the middle of the mat, and then inhale, left leg lifts. First, lifting that left leg high towards the ceiling, hip opens to the side of the room, and then exhale, hips square off, knee comes into chest, holding for a breath in, and exhale, knee lowers down to the mat. Left toes kickstand out at 45 degrees, planting that right foot down parallel towards the short edge of the mat, and then inhale, right hand reaches for the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale. This time on the inhale, using core strength, lifting up, arms come out at a T, and then exhale, right hand to the top of the right shin, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and then getting a nice side bend all along the left side body. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale. Making sure to pull that left shoulder back so that you're open through the front body. Taking another inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale prepares us, and exhale, windmilling that left hand back down towards the mat. Right arm comes up, right leg comes up parallel to the earth, and then right arm reaches long towards the opposite end of the room. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. One more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. This time, extend. Right foot comes back down to the earth. Right hand plants on the mat. And then lifting back up into our plank, knee to chest. And exhale back into three-legged dog. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, left foot returns to the mat. Here on an inhale, shifting forward, both knees come down to the mat. Knees can come wide. And then shifting back into our child's pose. Taking a couple of breaths here. And exhale. Taking another deep breath in. And exhale, release. On our next inhale, coming forward into tabletop and pushing back into our downward dog. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Next inhale shifts us forward into plank. Heels might scoop back a couple of inches. Arms are strong, hands pushing the mat away. Make sure that the gaze comes forward a few inches so that we're not dropping our neck. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Next inhale shifts weight forward onto the toes, knees up or down. Core remains strong. Taking a deep breath in and exhale, slowly lowering all the way down to the mat. Feet can come as wide as the mat, hands come wider, and we're going to push up into 3 wide cobras. So you can pop up onto the fingertips or keep the hands flat on the earth, and on an inhale, shoulders roll down and back, chest lifts. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Feet come back in hip width distance apart. Hands come underneath the shoulders, lifting up either through tabletop or straight to plank. And exhale back to downward dog. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, deep breath in. This time on the exhale, lifting up on the toes, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, into forward fold. Taking a couple breaths in forward fold, crown of head hangs heavy, knees slightly bent. Taking a deep breath in, and exhale. Feeling the spine lengthen as the head reaches down towards the earth. One more deep breath in, and exhale. Keeping the knees bent, hands come to shin. Inhale, halfway lift. Gazes down towards the mat. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms reach up overhead, palms together. And exhale, hands to heart center. On an inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step back into plank. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Next, inhale, weight shifts forward onto the toes, knees up or down, and then exhale, slowly lowering all the way down to the earth. Untuck the toes, inhale brings us up into cobra, and exhale, release. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up into cobra. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, lifting up. This time, hold on the exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release. Toes tuck under. Lifting up either through tabletop or straight to plank. And exhale, downward dog. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. This time on the inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. And exhale, knee comes into chest, holding in plank. And here we have a couple of options. So you can either lower knee to the earth, coming back into gate pose, or if you would like, shifting weight onto the left hand, we're gonna rotate open so knee comes over the body and we find ourselves seated on the earth, right foot bent and planted onto the ground. On an inhale, we're gonna push up into a 1-legged supine plank. And if you'd like to take this a bit further, you can open up the chest almost into a little bit of a wild thing. Exhale, releasing back down to the earth. And then we're gonna go ahead, spin back over into our plank. Right knee is into chest. And then stepping that foot forward into lunge. So here, first setting up in our lunge, knee is roughly over front ankle, chest is lifted, and then we're gonna plant that back foot into warrior 2 position. And as you are ready, either coming to the tops of the thighs or windmilling open into warrior two. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in and exhale. Here, palms spin open towards the ceiling. Once again, feeling when you change the direction of the palms, you might feel a little bit more opening through the chest. And then here we're gonna flow. So on an inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling, front leg straightens. And exhale, lowering down into warrior two. Inhale, extend. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale, extend. And exhale, warrior two. On an inhale, coming into reverse warrior. So front palm is already facing up towards the sky. Back hand plants on the back leg. Inhale, reaching up overhead. And then getting that slight side bend along the right side of the body. Here, making sure to bend into that right knee as we tend to come up out of this pose a little bit when we reverse. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in and exhale, cartwheeling the arms, coming down to frame that front foot in lunge. Left hand plants to the inside of the right foot. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling in a twist. Here again, we have options, so feel free to stay here. Otherwise, we're gonna come around into a side plank. First, by shifting those left fingers forward of the shoulder. So in side plank, we don't want our wrist to be directly under our shoulder. We want to create a little bit of an angle to protect ourselves. And then slowly spinning to the outer edge of that left foot. And then right leg can meet that left foot in side plank. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Here, making sure that we're pushing into the mat so that we're not sagging our hips, because that'll put more pressure on the shoulder. And then one more option here. If you'd like to take that right foot to the outside of the left leg, and then lifting a little bit more up with the hips, coming into more of a wild thing pose. Remembering to breathe. And when you've had enough, go ahead and bring that right hand down towards the mat, flipping back over into plank. And then option here to flow through your vinyasa or push back up into downward dog. So if you move through the vinyasa, inhale, weight shifts forward, knees up or down. Exhale, slowly lowering to the earth. Inhaling up into cobra. And then exhale, coming back to downward dog. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Next time on the inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to chest, coming forward into plank. Here, pausing, taking the option either to come back into gate pose, or if you would like, weight shifts over onto the right wrist, and then slowly opening up the left side body, flipping that knee over, left foot plants on the earth, and on an inhale, pushing up into our supine plank. Exhale, lowering down to the earth. And then flipping back over into plank, left knee is into chest, before stepping that left foot forward into lunge. If the foot doesn't quite make it, feel free to grab the ankle and help guide that foot forward into lunge. Right foot plants down on the mat, parallel to the short edge. And when you're ready, windmilling up into warrior two. Taking a few moments to get the feet settled into warrior two. Maybe taking a slightly wider stance and bending into that front knee. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. On an inhale, palms slip up towards the ceiling. Feeling that chest opening, shoulders coming down and back. And then on an inhale, front leg straightens, arms reach up towards the ceiling, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, front leg straightens, and exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale, extend. This time, exhale, warrior two. And then on the inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. Getting a side bend for reverse warrior. Here, making sure not to put a lot of weight on that back hand. And making sure we're still pushing through the outer edge of that back foot. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, deep breath in. On the exhale, windmilling the hands down to frame the left foot. Right hand plants on the inside of the left foot. And inhale, twist. Again, options here. So feel free to stay in this twist. Otherwise, if you'd like to come around into side plank, go ahead and scoot that right wrist forward of the shoulder, and then spinning onto the outer edge of the right foot, left foot comes around and either lands on top of it or maybe in front. Holding here in side plank, making sure that you're pushing the mat away from you to keep hips lifted. And then final option, if you would like, left knee bends, steps behind the right leg, and then on an inhale, pushing up, more into our wild thing. Come out at any time if this doesn't feel good in your body, and remembering to breathe. When you've had enough, go ahead and plant that left hand down on the mat, spinning back around into plank. And then here, option once again, to either flow through your vinyasa or push back up into downward dog. If you're taking the vinyasa, then inhale, weight shifts forward. On the exhale, knees up or down, slowly lower to the earth. Inhale, lifting to the back bend of your choice. And then exhale, finding ourselves back in downward dog. Taking one deep breath here. And exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, weight shifts forward, knees come down to the earth, coming back into our tabletop position. So here feel free to take a couple of cat-cows. Or maybe at this point in class, it would feel good to do some barrel rolls. So here, kind of shifting down to one side and coming back up and around. If you're doing that, make sure to even it out in opposite directions. And then eventually meeting back in our tabletop position. Here, left hand is going to find the center of the mat, and on an inhale, right hand reaches up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, palm face up, right hand threads underneath the left shoulder, coming down onto that right shoulder and right cheek. Hips stay lifted. Left arm can either reach out in front or maybe reaches up towards the ceiling or maybe wraps around to the opposite hip crease. Here, just getting one final stretch through the shoulders. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in and slow, controlled exhale. This time coming out the way we came, so arm reaches up towards the ceiling, plants underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, right arm reaches back up towards the ceiling and then returns to the earth. Right hand comes more towards the center of the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and exhale, palm face up, threading that left hand underneath the right shoulder and lowering down to the earth. Options with the right hand, maybe reaching forward or reaching up towards the ceiling and wrapping around to the opposite hip crease. With hand placement in this pose, I don't think that one is necessarily a deeper stretch than the other. I think it just stretches the shoulder differently. So when I reach that right hand forward, I tend to feel it underneath the shoulder, like in the armpit. Whereas when I'm twisted, I feel it more in the front of the shoulder. So whatever feels best for your body. Taking a couple more breaths here. Deep inhale, and a slow, controlled exhale. One more deep breath in, and exhale. Coming out the way we came in, right hand plants underneath the shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and exhale back into our tabletop. Here we'll push back into one more child's pose, so knees can be either together or wide towards the edge of the mat. Sitting back on the heels, forehead comes down towards the earth. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale, letting those shoulders sink down towards the mat. And when you're ready, we'll push back up and meet in a seated position. So here we're going to close our practice in a comfortable seated position, finding the breath that we have been finding at the end of class. So right hand comes to chest, left hand to belly, and taking a couple of deep breaths here together. So inhaling to the count of 4, pausing at the top, and exhaling to the count of 8. One more time, inhale for 4. Pause at the top. And exhale to the count of 8. All right. Last time when I closed class, I was thinking a lot about the concept of ahimsa, which is one of our ethical principles in yoga that we call yamas. And today, this weekend, I've been thinking a lot about another one of those principles, which is called satya, which means truthfulness. And what I've sort of been thinking about with that is truthfulness in the yogic sense goes beyond oftentimes this idea of just telling the truth, and more so into this landscape of listening to our intuition and then taking actions that are consistent with who we are at our innermost self or at our core. And as we've been socially distancing, either stuck inside or stuck in our homes, this week a lot of what I've been thinking about is this battle between all the things that I think I should be doing and all the things that my mind and my body are asking me to do. So in some cases that has meant getting more rest, going outside more frequently, and oftentimes lately actually that has meant doing a little bit less on the mat. So if these videos are coming out less frequently than they were in the beginning, I'm just trying to live up to what my body is asking for. And I will continue to try and live more intuitively, and I hope you guys are finding the same. So, see you next time.